A pleasant, good Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, if you will. Rob Hipp here with SHN Sports, and this is another edition of Gridiron Glory Alumni Football, again presented by SHN Sports. Tonight in beautiful Beaumont, Texas, 70 degrees, but it feels a lot cooler out there. The temperature will be falling fast tonight. Wind will not be a factor in this ball game. Tonight's contest is the Jasper Bulldogs versus the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks. And we're set for another good game here tonight. Hardin-Jefferson has won 4 of their past 5 games. Hardin-Jefferson looking to dent Jasper's perfect record of 5-0. This is their last game before moving up to play in the DTFA Semi-Pro League out of Houston. The Hardin-Jefferson roster is unique. Ages range from 41, soon to be 42, JoJo Velika, down to 18 years old with Zane Connor. Hardin-Jefferson has 3 sets of brothers playing today, Skylar and Zane Connor, Terry and Kendall Veach, and Terry and Chris Herman. And did want to mention that JoJo Velika is out there. He's going to be playing injured today with a couple of cracked ribs, but he says he's ready to rock and roll. So we're about to get started here in just a few moments with this one. And once again, we are playing tonight's game at Beaumont, Texas, at the Legation Christian Academy School, commonly called Warrior Field here in Beaumont. A nice night for football. The opening kickoff will be by the Jasper Bulldogs. The kicker out there for Jasper wearing number 12. It's Shedrick Adams, a 2004 graduate. And he will be kicking off, of course, as you can see on the video screen here, from right to left. Set back to receive for Hardin-Jefferson. Looks like it may be Freddie Thomas out there on the far side. And hard to get a number on the other as the jersey is tucked up under the shirt. This one will be recepted around the 20-yard line, moving here from left to right. A nice return as he's trying to make his way across the 50. Close to the 50, he'll be down around the, looks like the 47-yard line. It was Keon Blackman on the return there. And the first possession of the ball game will go to Hardin-Jefferson. They'll have it here, first down and 10, just inside their own territory, around the 48-yard line. Quarterback, of course, for Hardin-Jefferson. Know him very well. Number 1, JoJo Velika, leading his offense, as we've talked about, started the Hardin-Jefferson team, also the head coach, the offensive coordinator, recruiter, and organizer, just about everything for this Hardin-Jefferson team. Hardin-Jefferson here starts out first down and 10. 2 receivers are going to split to either side here, and a back is actually JoJo is going to have an empty backfield looking to pass here on first down. Throws this one down, and it will be an incomplete pass on the play. Intended receiver on the play was DiMecanico for Hardin-Jefferson. It'll be second down and 10. Second down and 10 here for the Hawks. Again, moving from left to right, as you can see on your video screen. Velika in shotgun. 1 receiver split up top to the left. Wearing number 10, a high snap here to the back. And trying to call his way down. And Jasper clobbering him just outside the 40-yard line. Nowhere to run. Part of the pile there coming up on the play. Number 52, Damari Lynch. A loss of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a long third down and 13 here for the Hawks. Just a little more pre-background of this Jasper Bulldog team, undefeated. In the previous game that they played against Hardin-Jefferson, were victorious in that game. So Hardin-Jefferson looking for a little redemption here tonight. Malika in shotgun here looking to pass. Scanning over left side of the field. Has a man up, and it's going to be bobbled. Almost interception. The intended receiver on the play, number 12, Chris DeArmond, and it will fall incomplete. And so coming out of the gates here, Hardin-Jefferson not able to get a rhythm in their offense, and they should punt this ball here as they're pinned back in their own territory around the 41-yard line. Set back to receive for Jasper, number 2, Ja'Cory McQueen, and he's also out there with number 11, I believe, is Trey Bean. And Trey Ryan is he's actually going to be all alone back there, standing around that 15-yard line. The punt is on its way, and ball comes up as, not sure if Hardin-Jefferson tried to fake there exactly what happened, but anyways, the Jasper Bulldogs bringing that one up. They're going to start out with great field position here inside the territory of the Hawks.
Bulldogs get their first possession of the game at the 30-yard line. Looks like a little miscue on the ball.
So Jasper here will start out on their own, or beg your pardon, on the Hardin-Jefferson 30-yard line. Freddie Thomas appears to be the quarterback there in shotgun. 2 receivers down to the left. He's going to have a back to either side. 1 receiver all alone up top to the right. Instead, going to hand off to his back here, trying to shake a few defenders. Now cuts back the other way, has room to run across on the outside. Still on his feet, and he is going to try to take this one in, and it will be a touchdown, a 30-yard touchdown return. Big return right there, beg your pardon, a rush there by Donovan Middleton. And boy, Middleton put the pedal to the metal there on first down and took that one all the way in. Again, a 30-yard touchdown run for Middleton. And they're going to line up here and go for 2. We'll probably see that all night from Jasper. Low snap here, looking over to the outside, now stepping back, trying to find his man, and has him for the 2-point conversion. And Mr. Roddick had not with that 2-point conversion. So early on here in the first quarter of play, the Jasper Bulldogs leading Hardin-Jefferson 8-0.
If you want to get your team back out of the field, go to gridironglory.com. George Cox and those fine people over there will make sure to get you a team going. And always fun to get the guys back together and out of the field. But head on over to gridironglory.com.
So out of the gates early, the Jasper Bulldogs able to score on that 30-yard touchdown run on first down and 10. And set to kick off here from right to left. Adams set to kick. Again, Shedrick Adams, this kick on its way, and it will be fielded around the 10-yard line. Trying to come back here across the 20, now coming down across the 30, still on his feet. Inside, and he will finally go out of bounds around the 45-yard line. On the return there, I believe that was number 2, Ja'Cory McQueen. So a nice return for Hardin-Jefferson as that last series for them, their first series of the night here in the opening quarter of play, resulted in a mishandled punt snap and set up the Bulldogs for great position to go in and score on that first down. So the ball will sit at the 44-yard line on their own 44. This is where Velika and the Hawks trying to answer the call here and put some points on the board with 10:22 to go here in the first. Velika under center this time, looking hands off to the outside, cutting across several defenders, and a nice pickup of 9 on a first down run. And Kennebrew with a great run there to bring up a 2nd down and 1 for the Hawks. So they move the ball into Bulldog territory. 9:58 and counting here in the first quarter of play. That ball resting on the Bulldog 47-yard line. Velika under center again here. This time hands off on the draw, and it will be Kennebrew again. I beg your pardon, it was Terry Veach on the carry, and Veach has enough for a Hardin-Jefferson first down. Ball on the 42-yard line of the Bulldogs. Velika and the Hawks here on first down. Pass over to the outside, right into the hands of his receiver. That was Steve Bell, and Bell picking up a few there on a first down pass. It'll be 2nd down and long here for the Hawks. Again, this drive started out on their own 44-yard line, and the Hawks effectively moving the ball here as they are in Bulldog territory, trying to answer that 8-0 lead that the Bulldogs have on them right now. Just under 9 minutes to go underway here in the first quarter. Breaking out of the huddle, Velika and his offense on the far side. 1 receiver, 2 down to the right. One of those is number 12, Chris DeArmond. In motion. The handoff is to the man in motion, trying to go to the outside, has room to run, now tries to cut back. A great tackle there by that Bulldog defense. He will pick up maybe 1 or 2 on the play. And on the carry for the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks, it was Keon Blackman. So bring up 3rd down and a few for the Hawks as they try to keep this drive alive here. That ball resting on the 36-yard line on the far side hash mark. The Hawks break out of offense here. 2 receivers down to the right, 1 up top to the left, and Velika's going to be under center, 2 backs behind him. Velika directing the play here, making sure his guys are set. This time he's going to hand off to his back, trying to break through. And the ball is on the ground, and we'll see if it's a fumble. It was on the ground. We'll see if they call him down by contact. And the Hawks may have caught a break there. And so after a debate here, I guess, with the officials, are they going to say it was a fumble and it was Bulldog ball? That appears to be the call. So after just some discussion, they finally do say it was a fumble on the ground, and it will be Bulldog football. So Velika and the offense not able to answer that opening drive by the Bulldogs on their 2nd possession, falling up short this time with the turnover. And the Bulldogs will have it 1st down and 10 on their own 36-yard line. Again, that last possession for the Bulldogs, it was a 30-yard touchdown run by Donovan Middleton. They're leading this contest right now 8-0. Ball on the far side, hash mark. Good snap. Quarterback scanning back, now looking. Pressure on him. Trying to roll over to the inside. Now he's going to heave one way down the field. Has a man looking and up. It's up for grabs, and it's intercepted by Hardin-Jefferson. Coming up with the ball, number 20, Ken Granger, the 2011 alum, comes up with it. Man, you got to wonder what Ja'Cory McQueen was doing on that play as he just heaved it up there. It's almost like they were playing the old elementary game of jackpot. It was up for grabs, and coming down with it was Hardin-Jefferson. So I guess somebody called 1,000 out there, jackpot, and he got it. So back-to-back turnovers now for both teams. Again, that was Ken Granger coming up with that interception. Third possession here with 7:29 to go in the opening quarter of play for the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks. They'll have that ball here on the 17-yard line, I believe, actually the 18. We're kind of at a pretty direct vantage point up here in this press box. A small stadium, a private school, but it gives a good shot for video. So Velika all alone in the backfield. He's going to have 4 receivers over to the left here. Passes over in the flat, and Blackman has it. Blackman trying to shake a few defenders. Now comes back to the inside. Keown still trying to dodge, still on his feet. And Keown is eventually going to be drug out of bounds. Boy, could have been considered a late hit there, but no call. And Keown maybe gains 1 or 2 after all that running on the play. Not really sure what the holdup is here. The officials discussing a few things. 4 officials out there. We were a little nervous to start things as a couple of officials here, but the crew finally got in here. Actually, there's a full official set, 5 officials out there. And again, not really sure what the holdup is here. 7:14 to go in the opening quarter. After that interception, the Bulldogs, the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks with the football. And after that pass by Blackman, he only picks up a few on the play, so able to make a little bit of something out of nothing. It'll be 2nd down and long here for Hardin-Jefferson. Veach is going to be offset as the back to the left. 2 receivers up top and 2 tight down low. Velika calling for it. JoJo gets the snap, now scans. Over to the outside, deep pass down, Velika throws it, and this one is caught. And still on his feet, Chris DeArmond coming back to the inside. DeArmond's got room to run, 2 to beat, and he'll finally be brought down around the 35-yard line. A big reception there for Hardin-Jefferson and Chris DeArmond. DeArmond right back, set as the receiver here on the near side. And man, JoJo threw that one right on the money.
45-yard completion from Velika. Chris DeArmond. And this is going to be, again, Blackman takes the direct snap.
And Keon Blackman here on the direct snap on 1st down. He'll be stopped for no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and long. The clock running, 6:30 and ticking here in the first quarter. Things moving along quickly here to get this one started. Again, JoJo Velika and the Hawks trying to answer the call here. They're down 8-0. Still very much in this game. A lot of time left on the clock. A little bit about Chris DeArmond, the all-time leader in receiving touchdowns for Hardin-Jefferson with 9. Turned down a contract to play in Lufkin to pursue school. He's the best hands on the team, averaging 28 yards per reception. Velika here looking to pass, scanning the field, dodging defenders. Now he just lobs this one up. A little Brett Favre-type shovel pass and gets it up to his receiver there was Keon Blackman. Unfortunately, though, Blackman only able to get it back up to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and long here for, actually, no, they're 2 yards behind. I beg your pardon. It'll be 3rd down and 12 here for the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks.
Looks like Blackman will lose a couple there. 3rd and a long 12 for your Hawks.
Well, once again, thanks for joining us tonight on SHN Sports Gridiron Glory Alumni Football. George Cox and his crew, Joel and guys, do a wonderful job. If you want to get back on the gridiron, all you got to do is go to gridironglory.com. Here on 3rd down and long, Velika looking to pass, scanning the field. He's going to throw this one down, has his man, enough for the 1st down. Still on his feet, coming inside, and through a host of Bulldogs. Boy, a pack of dogs brought him down. But a nice catch there and a 1st down for Steve Bell. And Bell able to advance that ball in the red zone at the 15-yard line. So Velika right on the money again with that pass, giving his team an opportunity here to come in and score. And Velika looking over to the sidelines here and I believe a timeout. As everybody kind of getting a breather out here. You know, give these guys credit. Velika and his team play quite a few alumni games. We talked about Jasper earlier, as they're 5-0 on a perfect record. Hardin-Jefferson, though, 4 of 5 of their last games. So 4-1 against a 5-0. Not too bad of a night here for football, and 2 pretty well-matched teams. .452 to go in the opening quarter of play. And the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks threatening in the red zone now at that 15-yard line. The ball in between the hash marks. Velika's going to line up in shotgun here. 2 backs and a line behind him. And 1 receiver to either side. DeArmond is down to the right and Bell up top. Instead, he's going to hand off to his back, trying to dance through a few defenders, and somehow was on his feet for a while and finally got dropped for about a 2 or 3 yard loss on the play. And boy, they're going to bring that one back actually all the way to the 20. So that's close to a 5-yard loss there for Hardin-Jefferson. So they'll give him a moving the ball back here. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 14. 4:13 on the clock here in the first quarter and ticking. O'Shea Kennebrew is going to be off to the right side. Velika has 2 backs behind him. Looking to pass here. Now he throws. And this one will be incomplete. However, there is a flag on the field around the 13-yard line. Chris DeArmond was the intended receiver on the outside. We'll see what this call is. Looks like a face mask penalty against the defense, so that'll be a 1st down for Hardin-Jefferson. So ill-advised penalty there by the Bulldogs. Normally you see a face mask call on a tackle attempt. Very rare you see one there, and the Bulldogs, again, that ill-advised penalty. So here on first down and long, it's going to be a handoff. Actually, Velika looking to pass into the corner, and he has his man on the inside. Chris DeArmond for the touchdown. Boy, what a grab right there by DeArmond as JoJo Velika caught him in that inside corner. And I believe that was a 14-yard touchdown reception there by Chris DeArmond.
Touchdown pass from Velika, Chris DeArmond.
And so, of course, the Hawks here are going to look to go for 2 and even things up. 8-6, the score, 3:50 to go. Pending this 2-point attempt here, Velika all alone in the backfield. JoJo looking, rolling to the inside. Now he lobs one up, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Brandon DiDomenico. And so a nice drive that started out on around their own 30-yard line. Marched 70 yards or so down the field. A 14-yard touchdown pass to cap it off by Chris DeArmond. And the Jasper Bulldogs lead 8-6. Well, once again, thanks for joining us tonight here on SHN Sports. Gridiron Glory Alumni Football. It's always our honor and privilege to bring these awesome, wonderful alumni football games here to you. Big thanks as well, as always, to George Cox, Joel, and staff. They do a phenomenal job throughout the state of Texas. And as always, if you just happen to come across this video and you're wondering, man, how can I get back on the gridiron? All you've got to do is go to gridironglory.com. Hey, you didn't even have to play high school football. The only thing you have to do is just be out of high school. We've seen guys out here, some of them, in all honesty, over 50 years old, still playing and, you know, doing a great job. Chris Johnson set to kick here from left to right, wearing that number 55 for Hardin-Jefferson. Kick is on its way, and this is going to sell short and take a roll here as it comes around the 10-yard line, and the Bulldogs are going to try to bring this one out. Bulldogs will have the ball here on their third possession of the evening. That last possession they had started out on their own 36-yard line, and then it was an interception by Hardin-Jefferson. It was Ken Granger coming up with it. So points off turnovers for both teams so far here early in this one. Actually winding down, 3:43 to go here in the first.
Bulldogs last time out threw an interception. King Granger, they grabbed it for the Hawks.
So Ja'Cory McQueen and the Bulldogs try to answer the call and build on their 2-point lead. And they've got it with 3:43 to go in the first, leading 8-6. Ja'Cory McQueen, of course, wearing that number 2 out there as a quarterback. Ja'Cory, 2 backs to either side, and he's going to hand off to one of those backs and lobs it right back to McQueen. And McQueen will be dropped for a huge loss on the play. Boy, that one looks like it's close to 10 yards back. Quite a big loss there. Great defense by Hardin-Jefferson. Up front, Chris Johnson. Also number 43, Mitchell Henson. And number 74, Zane Connor, making up the front 3 there. Second down and long as McQueen looking back, dropping back, McQueen scanning. And McQueen trying to break through the pocket. Now McQueen is just going to run with it. McQueen still on his feet on the outside. McQueen, a nice run there as he turned nothing into something and gives the Bulldogs a first down.
be a Bulldogs first down. First and 10 from the 40-yard line. 2:38 left in the first quarter. Bulldogs hold tight to 8-6 lead after a 30-yard touchdown run early in the game. Down in the middle.
So it'll be first down and 10 here for McQueen and the Bulldogs. That ball resting at the 40-yard line. Roderick Hadnot lines up as a receiver to the near side. Instead, it's going to be a handoff on the inside, and a tough fought few yards there on first down. Be second down and long here for the Bulldogs. So Hadnot's going to be the back there alongside, looks like number 32, Tarek Kuntz. McQueen going to keep it here, tries to dodge a defender, still on his feet. Now he slides, ducks, and dives. And, man, McQueen got lit up in the back and was able to pick up a yard on the play. It'll be a third down and long. Great defense again by the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks. Man, he's getting a little roughhoused out there, hitting in his back, and it's the only way he got a yard on that play is because he was hit from behind and pushed forward. Be a third down and long here with 44 seconds to go and ticking. Bulldogs. Two receivers down, one up top to the right. McQueen is going to hand off to his back and powering his way through. Man, this guy just cannot be stopped. And he's going to be close to that first down. On the carry was number 32, Terrence Kuntz. And Terrence is close to a Bulldog first down. And a timeout was called by the Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout as well. Again, with 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Jasper Bulldogs lead the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks 8-6. We'll be right back as Gridiron Glory Alumni football continues after this. This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com. Welcome back to Gridiron Glory Alumni Football presented by SHN Sports here in beautiful Beaumont, Texas at Legacy Christian Academy, home of Warrior Field, on a beautiful, cool fall-like night here in Southeast Texas. As we come back here again, the Bulldogs leading this contest 8-6 as this first quarter of play winds down. This drive started out for the Jasper Bulldogs around their own 20-yard line. And they've now advanced it into Hardin-Jefferson territory at the 49. Called a timeout so they could try to get a couple more plays off here before first quarter, maybe take a break. So far, I believe we've only seen one penalty here in this first quarter of play. So far it's been a pretty smooth play, well-played game by both teams, a couple of turnovers. But other than that, especially for an alumni game, doing a great job tonight. McQueen is going to keep it here on the keeper, and he will be brought down once again. Fantastic defense coming up on the bottom of that pile for Hardin-Jefferson. It was Zane Connor with the tackle on McQueen. They're going to call that a 2-yard loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12. They've got to get up to the 40, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play as the Jasper Bulldogs with the ball and driving lead the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks 8-6. We'll be right back. Gridiron Glory football continues after this. This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com. Welcome back to Gridiron Glory Alumni football here on a beautiful Saturday night, October the 22nd, just close to 7:30 p.m. in southeast Texas, where the Jasper Bulldogs currently lead the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks 8-6. You know, this location meant to be a neutral field, but really you can call it the home team crowd for Hardin-Jefferson. Their drive only about 20 minutes from here, and Jasper, of course, a little bit farther than that. So quite a few folks made their way out here on this beautiful night. Now the action is going to switch from left to right. 2nd down and long for McQueen and the Bulldogs. Low snap. McQueen looking, scanning the field, and this time throws a dagger to his receiver. However, it's incomplete. The intended receiver on that play was number 24, Cedric McGill. Man, McGill got hit right between the numbers on that one. Just wasn't able to hold on to it. Credit that Hawk defense out there making a nice play on the ball as well. This time 2 receivers up to the left, McGill down to the right for the Bulldogs. And McQueen has a back behind him. He's going to hand off to that back and immediately dropped in the backfield. A nice tackle there by number 74. It was Zane Connor. We've called his name a few times tonight. The ball carrier, Donovan Middleton, had nowhere to go on that one. It'll be 4th down and long. And sometimes here in Alumni football in these situations, you see him go for it this close to the 50, but I think the wise decision here will be to punt. They do line up to punt here, and it appears that Ja'Cory McQueen may be the punter as well. Set back to receive for the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks on the right side is number 7, Keon Blackman. Blackman standing around that 15-yard line, now stepping back to the 10. Look for a fake here. No, it is going to be a punt here as McQueen puts this one up. Beautiful punt as it sails up into the air, and it'll be fielded around the 25-yard line. Blackman has, it's not Blackman, it's Freddie Thomas, and Thomas spinning around still on his feet. And Freddie having a hard time being brought down, but he finally is brought down on the far side. The 4th possession of the night here for the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks, and they'll have it down by 2 points. 8-6, just underway in the second quarter, 10:50 to go. And the ball resting on the 23-yard line. They'll have it here on their own 23, 1st down and 10. And again, the Hawks here wanting to drive again. Their last possession for Hardin-Jefferson resulted in that 14-yard touchdown pass to Chris DeArmond there on the near side. So Velika had an impressive drive last time. Both teams started out a little shaky in that first quarter with a couple of turnovers. So Velika here in shotgun, 2 receivers on the near side, man in motion up top, and it's going to be a false start. That'll set them back 5. So maybe spoke a little too soon that first quarter. We only saw 1 penalty, and that came towards the end of the quarter. And here in the second quarter, within the first 2 minutes, we've already seen a penalty here, an offside, so a false start penalty by the Hawks. Yeah, so that ball actually comes 5 yards forward as a neutral zone infraction against the Bulldogs. So first down and 5 now for Velika. Keon Blackman in motion. The pass is over to Blackman. He wasn't expecting it, and that'll be incomplete. Second down and 5 upcoming for the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks.
Head on over to GridironGlory.com. Register your team to get out here and take on teams like Jasper, Hardin-Jefferson, East Kansas. You think you got what it takes? Go to GridironGlory.
That ball resting inside the 30-yard line, still, of course, in their own territory. Second down and 5 for Hardin-Jefferson. 2 receivers come out of the huddle on the near side. 1 receiver up top to the right. Velika's going to be under center this time. 2 backs behind him. Velika is going to hand off to his back. And the Bulldog defense and the pack of dogs able to hold him there for no gain. Actually, maybe a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be third down. Around 5 or so for the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks. The ball resting on that far side hash mark at the 29-yard line.
Struggling to get the run game here tonight. Scoring 11 yards, which is unusual when they have weapons like Keon Blackman.
So out of the huddle, Chris DeArmond down on the near side. He's grouped up with Keon Blackman, 1 receiver up top to the right. And Velika doesn't like what he sees and calls a timeout. And we'll keep things right here as Hardin-Jefferson calls their second timeout, I believe, of the second quarter. Again, the Bulldogs leading this contest 8-6 over Hardin-Jefferson. 9:50 to go in the first half of play. Hawks break out of the huddle here on third down. A critical third down here as the Hawks are trying to keep this drive alive and keep things going. Velika this time in shotgun, has his back offset to him. It is O'Shea Kennebrew. 2 receivers far to the inside. Velika looking over to the inside, and incomplete pass on the play there. The intended receiver was number 10, Steve Bell, and not able to come up with that one. Great defense on the play, led by Terrence Coots and company for the Jasper Bulldogs. Be fourth down and a long 5 here, and look for Hardin-Jefferson to punt this one. So not able to capitalize as they started that drive out on their own 23-yard line. And the Bulldogs playing excellent defense, keeping the Hawks grounded at least for that drive. Set back to receive on this punt for Jasper is Cedric McGill, wearing number 24 and wearing the gold helmet out there. And punting this ball will be Chris DeArmond, of course, wearing that number 12, kicking from right to left. And Cedric McGill actually moves in closer. And so he is not set back to receive. DeArmond a low snap here, and this punt goes off. It's going to be a line drive punt as it takes a roll. And the Hawks are going to be able to corral this one around the 30-yard line. So it was actually Deodric Hadnot out there set back to receive. The ball will be grounded at the 30. So the Bulldogs on their 4th possession of the night, coming here in the second quarter with 9:31 to go, will have this ball on their own 30-yard line.
9:31 remains here in the second quarter.
The Hardin-Jefferson Hawks usually average around 25 to 30 plus players on their team. The Jasper Bulldogs tonight making the trek down, or Yeah, down from Jasper, Texas. They got a few less than Hardin-Jefferson, but still nonetheless playing an excellent game so far. Breaking out of the huddle, McGill is going to come to the near side. And one receiver all alone out there on the far side, two backs behind McQueen. McQueen is going to keep it here on the quarterback keeper on the outside. McQueen dodging defenders, using his tall frame, and gets close to the 50-yard line. Another big run right there by McQueen on the keeper, and McQueen will bring it up to the 47-yard line for the Bulldogs. And an impressive run right there by McQueen. We have seen him do that several times tonight on the keeper. 17-yard run there by McQueen as they break out of the huddle. McQueen in shotgun, two receivers upside, and instead he's going to hand off to his back and plowing his way down across multiple Hawk defenders. Tough pickup there of about 4 yards on the play. It was number 44 for Jasper, Kendrick Fowler. Nothing foul about that run at all. So the ball advances into Hawk territory with 8:30 and ticking here in the first half of play. The Bulldogs holding on to that 8-6 lead, a 2-point lead, but they have the ball and driving. McQueen in shotgun, one back to either side, two receivers up on the far side, and one down. Mishandled snap here, and luckily the Bulldogs coming up with the ball here and fighting for it was a Hawk down there, number 87, trying to pull it away. We've called his name a few times tonight. Well, one of the Connor brothers, that was Skylar Connor actually. He's wearing 87, I beg your pardon, that was actually 74, I believe. It was Zane Connor. Third down here and long for the Bulldogs as they talk things over in the huddle. Hardin-Jefferson on defense. See Kendall Veach out there. The Bulldogs breaking out here. Third down and long again. McQueen in shotgun again. Low snap, this time going to hand off to his back. Trying to come around on the inside, has room to run. And still plowing his way down, an acrobatic move as he spun his way for a first down. Man, a big run right there by Big 3-2 on the carry. I believe it was 32. Terrence Kuntz, and man, Kuntz put on a nice 360 move and able to advance that ball farther down into Hawk territory. This time the ball resting on the 37-yard line. First down and 10. McQueen in shotgun. Low snap again. McQueen, a direct handoff to his back. And this time the Hawk defense able to stop him on the carry. It was Kendrick Fowler for no gain on the play. .6:27 to go and counting here in the first half of play. Bulldogs driving. They're trying to get into that red zone and ultimately get into the end zone with a 2-point lead, 8-6 with 6:15 to go again in the first half.
Bulldog offense, 87 yards rushing against this tough Hawks defense.
Middleton's going to have the snap here and going to go over to the outside. Middleton still has room to run and finally powered out of bounds. Huge run there. The snap goes right over to Middleton. It wasn't McQueen out there. It was Donovan Middleton. And Middleton picking up a nice chunk of yardage. It'll be third down and a few here for the Bulldogs. The Hardin-Jefferson defense looking to stop here. However, if it does get to fourth down, we can expect the Bulldogs to go for it this deep in the territory. Not really known too much for a kicking game, so we do expect them to go for it. However, the Hawks are looking to make a stop here. This time, the handoff.
Looks like he grabs another first down for the Bulldogs. They might mark him short.
Terrence may be close, but they're going to say he's about a yard short, maybe just a few inches short of that first down marker. And a correction on the play call that I've been making. Number 32, Terrence. It's actually Cooney. I've been saying Coon, so I apologize for that. Terrence Cooney. And it will be enough for a Bulldog first down. So the Hawk defense not able to hold here. It'll be first down for the Bulldogs as they're getting ever close to that red zone. The ball resting just outside the 25-yard line on the far side hash mark.
Cooney averaging 7 yards a carry, 3 carries, 21 yards per team. If he gets rolling, you can't stop him.
Maybe just heard Ronnie Hughes, the public address announcer here tonight, saying that Cooney averaging over 7 yards a carry. It's an impressive night for him so far on the ground game. 5:16 and ticking here in the first half of play. The Bulldogs looking to extend on their 2-point lead, currently 8-6. Middleton gets the low snap, and he's going to have to fall on it here, and he'll be down for a big loss on first down. A mishandled snap there, a little miscommunication from the center to Middleton. We have yet to see Ja'Cory McQueen, and now he finally comes back into the game now as Middleton heads over to the sideline. So saw a little changeup of offense there as that ball was being snapped to Middleton a few snaps, and now McQueen comes back in as a quarterback. Not very difficult to miss McQueen out there as he's wearing some bright pink socks. Well, I thought he was. I guess not. Never mind. Well, not easy to miss him anyways. He's the tallest players on the team. So McQueen here in shotgun, one back to either side of him. Low snap here. He's going to pass this one over. Has his man. And still dancing around across the 30-yard line. There was Deodrick Hadnot. 2014 alumni for Jasper. Nice catch and grab there. However, they're still short of that original line of scrimmage. It's going to be third down and long here for the Bulldogs. 3:42 to go in the first half of play. Man, this game winding right along. McQueen and the Dogs coming out of the huddle here. One back to either side. 2 receivers down to the right, 1 up top. McQueen looking, scanning the field, going down, has his man in motion across, back to the inside corner of the field, and a nice catch there for a first down for the Bulldogs. One of the gold helmets, Cedric McGill. Nice pass to McGill as McGill cut back inside on a crossing pattern and gives his team the first down. Ball well into the red zone. Resting on, from up here, it appears to be the 14. It's closer to the 15, but we'll say the 14-yard line. And the Bulldogs looking to score here. They've got a 2-point lead with 2:50 to go in the first half. McQueen, snap, handoff, has his man coming to the inside, still dancing around. Helmet flies off. Man, boy, big 7-0 for Hardin-Jefferson. Puts a pop on it. Jason says, whoa, son, and that helmet goes flying off. Man. And luckily there, Hadnot does not have any injury after that pop. Man, I'll go back and watch that one on video later. So after that, a 2-yard gain. It'll be second down and 8. Bulldogs can get a first down around the 4-yard line. McQueen in shotgun here, 2 backs to either side. 2 receivers down, looking to pass, goes over into the corner. And still spinning around, and another helmet goes flying off. Man, this time it was McGill. My goodness. Man, the Hawks taking flight here on this defensive possession and knocking helmets off on back-to-back plays. I have to get those chin straps adjusted. So after that, about a 6-yard gain, 3rd down and a short 2 here. They can get the first down at the 5, call it the 4-yard line. A drive that started out around their own 30, threatening to score now. McQueen, low snap. He's going to hand off, has his man, and he may be close. Waiting to get the official call. It was number 44 there, Kendrick Fowler. And no, they're going to say Fowler was stopped short. Was it a... That'll be 1st and goal with just a few inches here. So the defense from Hardin-Jefferson able to stop, but big body Fowler plowing his way in. McQueen in shotgun. He's going to hand off here to his back, diving in. And it will be a Bulldog touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown run.
32, Terrence Kinney.
Boy, he was close. One official said touchdown. I believe it was big 3-2 with the score, but we're waiting to get the official. Terrence Kunze appeared to have had it.
And we'll give it a touchdown for the Bulldogs by Terrence Cooney.
So Terrence Cooney, a 1-yard touchdown run by Terrence Cooney. And going for the 2-point conversion again here are the Bulldogs.
Good. See if they'll get it again here. Winning in the backfield, taking a snap.
Snap the handoff and diving in for the 2-point conversion is no good by Fowler.
Fowler was unable to get in.
So after a drive that started around their 70-yard or 30-yard line, took it down 70 yards, finally capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by Terrence Cooney.
A 1-yard touchdown run by Terrence Cooney.
And the Bulldogs, with 33 seconds to go in the first half of play, extend their lead by 8, 14-6. And that missed 2-point conversion may come back to haunt them here.
Bulldogs with 101 yards rushing. Led by Corey McQueen for 36 yards. Donovan Middleton, 4 carries for 30. 30 coming on. Big touchdown.
Once we get to halftime, we'll have some halftime stats. Courtesy of Ronnie Hughes. We appreciate him tonight. Up here is the public address announcer. Originally scheduled to work alongside me, but he had to take over some PA duties tonight, so we're each running solo over here tonight.
If you want to register your team, go to GridironGlory.com.
So once again, with 33 seconds to go in the first half of play, the Jasper Bulldogs lead this contest 14-6 over the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks. The Hawks will get the ball back here, and JoJo will try to lead his team on a scoring drive to tie this one up. They'll need a 2-point conversion if they can put in 6, as they're currently down by 8. So 3 back deep to receive this for the Hawks. Keon Blackman wearing at number 7 in the middle. And we should see Keon separate himself here in a little bit and go back even farther. We'll see. Set to kick here for the Bulldogs. Number 12 is Shedrick Adams. He'll be kicking, of course, from the 40. In between the hash marks from left to right. So the kick by Adams on its way. This one will be a short kick, and the Hawks have to fall on it, and they don't. It will be Bulldog football. Man, just some miscommunication there by the Hawks. Trying to come up with it was number 87. It was Skylar Connor, but Connor couldn't get his hands on the ball. And a turn of events here as the Bulldogs will have that ball back and a chance to put more on the board with 33 seconds to go in Hardin-Jefferson territory.
It'll be the Bulldogs in 33 seconds. Off 32 yards.
So the Bulldogs will have this ball on the near side hash mark in Hawk territory on the 32-yard line. And we've got another quarterback change in here now. It's number 8, Derek Bean. And Bean's going to get the low snap here. And actually, it's going to be a direct snap over to Donovan Middleton. And Middleton's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss on first down. That clock's still running at 22 seconds and counting. So we'll see if you got to wonder here. The Bulldogs taking a lot of time off the clock, not getting back onto that offensive line very quickly. Boy, time just burning here. 10 seconds to go. They may only get one more play off here. Heaves this one. It's blocked on the play. Coming up huge. Boy, a nice block as the quarterback was attempting to pass that one, and coming up was Zane Connor. Connor said, I don't think so. Knocked that ball up about 10 yards into the air. It fell down to the ground, and now we see Ja'Cory McQueen coming back onto the field. 4 seconds to go for the Bulldogs.
Third and long for the Bulldogs. 4 seconds left here in the first half.
Will be third down and long here for Jasper. Again, they lead this contest by 8. 4 seconds on the clock before we go into halftime, and they're just probably going to be content with taking a knee here, and they do. So McQueen takes the knee, but the Bulldogs from Jasper have the 8-point lead, 14-6 at halftime. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have some halftime stats and more. You're listening and watching Gridiron Glory Alumni Football presented by SHN Sports. We'll be right back. Gridiron Glory Alumni Football continues after this. This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com. Welcome back to Gridiron Glory Alumni Football presented by SHN Sports. I'm Rob Hipp. Ronnie Hughes, the public address announcer tonight. And we've had a pretty close game here. It's been a well-played first half, if you want to call it that. No, not many penalties as far as penalties go. Not many penalties there in the first half. We're about 12 minutes until things kick back off. I'm already starting to get into basketball mode, but we've got a lot of football left this season. Just about to get things underway here in about 11 minutes or so. Well, for Jasper, it was a ground game early as Middleton has 26 yards on 5 carries. Ja'Cory McQueen, 36 yards on 5 carries. And then Kendrick Fowler 13 yards on 4 carries. And Coonsey had 22 yards on 4 carries. A total of 20 carries for 97 yards. So almost at that 100-yard mark on the ground for Jasper. So not a bad game so far if you want to look at it from the rushing perspective. On the receiving end, only 3 receptions for 25 yards. So the passing game has almost been non-existent for Jasper tonight. Both teams in this ball game going through in that first half 5 possessions apiece. And looking at the passing, again, only 3 for 6 from McQueen and 25 yards. So it's kind of a tell of 2 stories here as far as the passing and rushing game goes. Hardin-Jefferson on 9 carries, only 11 yards. So just barely averaging over a yard a carry. So the rushing game for them has been almost non-existent. Well, we can say it's been non-existent. 9 for 11, not good on the ground there. And Keon Blackman just 4 yards on the night. And Bell has 4 as well. And I believe it's Kennebrew with 6. So that's where we get the 11 from. On the receiving end, though, been a different story. Christy Armand, 2 receptions for 59 yards, and Bell has 2 receptions for 24. And that's your 4 for 83. JoJo Velika, 4 for 8 tonight, a 50% passing percentage for 83 yards. So, you know, if you look at it from that perspective on the ground, that's probably what the Bulldogs are going to try to keep things going on the ground, and we'll see Velika and the Hawks try to keep things going through the air. Still a very close game, 7:27 to go before we get kicking off in the third quarter, and the Jasper Bulldogs leading this contest 14-6. Kind of going through a quick scoring summary here in this ball game. In the first quarter of action, Hardin-Jefferson had the ball first, and they started out on their own 48-yard line. A mishandled snap on the punt as they went 3 and out, and the Jasper Bulldogs able to come around, and on a 1st down and 10, it was a 30-yard touchdown run by Donovan Middleton. So he started things out of the gate early, and that gave them a 6-0 lead, and the 2-point conversion was good. At that point, led 8-0. And on the second possession by Hardin-Jefferson, they fumbled the football, and kind of back-to-back turnovers here as the Jasper Bulldogs starting out on their own 36. They threw an interception. It was McQueen throwing, as I joked around, talking about the old game of jackpot. He just kind of threw it up there, heaved it up in the air, and it was up for grabs. There was 2 Bulldog defenders, I believe, and only 2 Bulldog receivers down there, and only 1 Hardin-Jefferson Hawk, and coming up with it was number 20, Ken Granger. So he had the interception. And then the third possession for Hardin-Jefferson finally getting on the board. So they scored points off turnovers as well, starting out on their own 30 after that interception. It was a 14-yard touchdown pass by Velika into the corner near side end zone into the hands of Christy Armand. And as we moved into the second quarter after a Jasper punt, it was a Hardin-Jefferson punt followed by a Jasper Bulldog 70-yard drive that was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by Terrence Coonsey. And then as the clock was winding down, Hardin-Jefferson had a chance as they kicked that one off, as Jasper kicked that ball off and bounced around on the ground, and Hardin-Jefferson not able to fall on it. And finally goes into the possession of Jasper. And Jasper finally takes a knee and just runs the clock out. So that's where we sit at the first half of play. A close one here. You know, if you like low-scoring games and this is your game, 14-6, but a well-played game, as I stated, as far as penalties go. But both teams looking to get things going again in the second half. 4:58 to go before we get rolling. I did want to mention also, if you're out there and you happen to find this video and you'd like to get back on the gridiron, all you've got to do is go to gridironglory.com. Very simple. Just go to gridironglory.com, and there's a spot there to register your team. And if you don't have a team, don't worry. Just put in your name, put in your information, and the fine folks at Gridiron Glory Alumni Football will do the rest. They'll help you find a team. The only requirement is you have to be out of high school. You don't have to have played football in high school, though. There's really no rule about that. You just have to be out of high school, and that's kind of the way things roll. One of the premier alumni football leagues in the state of Texas. You know, George looking to expand out the borders one day. Right now, primarily in the state of Texas. Games have been played as far west as El Paso, down here in southeast Texas, and then also up in the Panhandle. So a lot of games going on for Gridiron Glory, and very excited here at SHN Sports to be partnered with George Cox and the fine staff at Gridiron Glory. So once again, if you want to get back on the gridiron, go to gridironglory.com. That's gridironglory.com. We'll be back in a few minutes with the kickoff of the third quarter. Once again, you're watching and listening Gridiron Glory Alumni Football tonight, here presented by SHN Sports. We'll be back in a few moments. This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.
For the college football fans, got a story here. SMU beating University of Houston at halftime, 28-7. Alabama. Texas A&M 34-14. We're underway here. Second half. 14-6. Bulldogs lead. The Hawks let the kick off. The offensive kick back to the Hardin.
Back in action here for the third quarter of play. This ball on the kickoff by Hardin-Jefferson is going to go out of bounds. And that'll be a penalty there. That should move the ball up, I believe. We'll see where they move it here. The rules are a little bit different in some of these games. I believe they'll have that ball at the 45 if I'm not mistaken. We'll see.
It looks like we're lining for a re-kick.
No, they're going to let them re-kick this one here. Again, welcome back. Third quarter action underway. The Bulldogs lead this contest of Jasper 14-6. We're live tonight at Legacy Christian Academy in beautiful Beaumont, Texas. Krista Arman set to kick this one back off again. Chris on his way, right toe to leather. This one flies up into the air. It'll be fielded around the 20-yard line by the Bulldogs. On the outside, trying to take it farther around. And boy, great special teams play there by the Hawks. Big 87 coming up with the tackle. The initial hit there by Skylar Connor.
Before McQueen will lead his Bulldogs onto the field, 1st and 10 from about the 36-yard line.
Well, again, here I really expect the Bulldogs to keep this game on the ground as far as their offense. They had almost 100 yards of total rushing on the ground in the first half. Just underway here in the third quarter, 11:50 to go, leading 14-6. The action from right to left. The Bulldogs have the ball on their own 36-yard line.
And McQueen will be out of the shotgun.
McQueen in shotgun here. One receiver to either side. Instead, he's going to hand off, so the running game continues. And on the carry, number 22, Donovan Middleton. So give him about 2 yards. It'll be second down and long here. McQueen in shotgun, one receiver to either side. Actually, two receivers down low, one receiver up top to the right. This time he's going to hand off to his back. It's Deodric Hadnot. And Hadnot, the ball pops out. And somehow coming up with it after that ball pops out, it was Trey Ryan Bean. But we'll see if they mark him down. The ground may have calls that. We'll see what the call is here. In any case, it'll be third down. Just heard Ronnie over there saying, looks like Bean, looks like he's about to run back to Jasper with the ball. Be third down and about 4 here for the Bulldogs. Lining up on the near side, wearing number 88 as a new player that came in And unfortunately, we don't have his name, so we apologize for that. He wasn't on the roster. 2 receivers down, 1 up top to the right. McQueen in shotgun, 2 backs, or 1 back to either side. He's going to hand off to his back, finding room, has room to run on the near side. Bam, just powers right through a Hardin-Jefferson defender. Man, wow. Donovan Middleton right up the middle, and man, he put a lick. I believe that was on Freddie Thomas, and all Thomas could do was get up and give him a slap on the helmet because, man, that was a huge, big-time hit. Golly, man, I'm hurting up here after looking at that. Wow. Ooh, man. It's one of the hardest hits we've seen tonight, and that came on the offensive end. Middleton said, I don't think so, and powered right through Freddie.
Middleton, 46 yards rushing.
First down and 10, the ball in Hawk territory. McQueen in shotgun, 2 receivers down, 1 up top to the right, or 2 up top to the right. Low snap here, passing in the flat. Once again, has his man, still bouncing around, and Had Not, the 2014 alum. Don't let Had Not small size fool you. Once he gets the ball, very evasive, hard to stop. As the yards after catch from Had Not tonight may not be that high, but I'll tell you what, Had Not is able to dodge defenders and use that small frame of his to pick up a little yardage here and there. A great job tonight by Had Not.
Second down, appears to be about 4.
Be second down and around 4 here. 9:20 to go in the third quarter. The Jasper Bulldogs lead the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks 14-6. Snap here. McQueen trying to dodge a defender, and he's just going to have to throw this one away. Great pressure on the quarterback there. Coming up again, it was Zane Connor. Boy, Connor tonight has made some great plays on that defensive end, and tonight putting the pressure on McQueen. They're going to give the grounding penalty there, and that's going to push McQueen way back, and the Bulldogs back in to their own territory at the 49-yard line just in front of us here. Officials winding the clock here. We started out around 71 degrees, and it's cooled off to 64 degrees down on the field here in Beaumont, Texas. Third down and Jasper here for the Bulldogs. High snap. McQueen looking. This one blocked at the line. And once again, it was Connor coming up, putting his hands up. Man, it's hard to get that ball over Zane. He may be the tallest one on the Hawks team. It'll be 4th down and long here, and the Bulldogs may want to punt this one. Back set to receive for Hardin-Jefferson. On the left side is Keon Blackman. Just in front of him, number 2, Freddie Thomas. Thomas, moments ago, plowed to the ground, but not shaken. And McQueen set to punt this one away, standing around the 40-yard line on his own side of the field. Low snap. McQueen gets it up, and boy, this one's not going to go very far at all as it drops up into the air and goes out of bounds just at the 49-yard line. So not even a 10-yard punt or so. May have slipped on that one. And a drive that started out on their own 35-yard line results in a punt, and the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks take back over, trying to get on the board again here as they're down by 8 points with 8:31 to go in the third quarter. Once again, Hardin-Jefferson will have it here from left to right on their own 48-yard line. The ball on the near side, hash mark. Velika checking the plays. Man, Velika, one of the most serious guys about football out there on the field. He does a great job. Kicks for his man in motion. Blackman going. Now he's going to look over, scanning. Velika still on his feet. Shakes one defender. Velika just tosses that one up. And the old scoop and hoop, they're going to call him down. The clock will run. Velika's knee was down. That'll count as a sack.
And they will credit the Bulldogs with the sack there.
And Velika takes about a 4-yard loss on the play. Ball on the 44-yard line in their own territory here. Second down and long for the Hawks. Remember, Velika, man, playing with a couple of cracked ribs. Talked to him yesterday. Said he was hiccuping like crazy and had cracked ribs. But, man, what a fighter out there, still playing the game that he loves so much. Second down and long. 2 receivers to the right, 1 up top to the left for Velika and the Hawks. He has a back to either side of him. Velika, snap right to him, scanning the field, passing. Left side up, has his man. It's Chris DeArmond, and DeArmond trying to plow his way forward to that first down marker, and he'll be stopped a couple short. It'll be 3rd down and short for the Hawks upcoming.
DeArmond's 3rd catch on the night, 72 yards for Chris DeArmond.
It's hard to miss Chris DeArmond out there with that 40-inch vertical to go along with a 6'5" frame. The last game that he played, 5 passes, 208 yards. He had 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. And tonight, continuing the great work that he performs on the field. And DeArmond will come out here as the receiver on the near side. 1 receiver, I believe, from this vantage point on the far side. Velika will be under center this time. 3rd down and a short 2. Velika going to roll with it, keeps it here, scanning the field, throws. Incomplete pass. His intended receiver out there was number 11 to Trey Ryan Bean. It'll be 4th down and a short 2. We'll see if the Hawks go for it here. Got to wonder on that play, why didn't they just try to run it? They've, of course they haven't had a very effective running game tonight, but on that short yardage may have been able to punch that one in for the first down. Man, I'm almost thinking you put Chris DeArmond in there as his tall frame. It's been hard for many teams to even bring DeArmond down as he's able to plow his way down. So, man, I would experiment with that and try putting DeArmond as one time as a back just to see, on these short yardage plays. Well, Velika lines up here this time in shotgun on 4th down and 2. 2 receivers down, one of them down here to the near side wearing, not sure here, Velika going to have it on the keeper, and he will have enough for a Hardin-Jefferson first down. There's a number 33 out there for Hardin-Jefferson, and I'm not sure who that is, so apologize for not having that on the roster. He was on the near side. It will be a Hawk first down, though, on a 4th down and 2. Able to convert, keep things rolling here, and keeps the clock rolling. 6:12 to go in the 3rd quarter.
First attempt for the Hawks. Ball off the 40-yard line.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for JoJo Velika and the Hawks. The ball just inside the 40 on the far side, hash mark at the 39. Breaking out of the huddle. We did have 33. It was Michael Alridge. Beg your pardon on that. Velika under center here, gets the snap, now rolls, looking over to the right side, passing. Coming down, incomplete pass. That one nowhere near the intended receiver. It was Keon Blackman. 5:37, the clock stops on the incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for JoJo Velika and the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks. Beautiful night for football here in Southeast Texas. We have Thursday night lights, Friday night lights, and now Saturday night lights. We've been on a broadcasting frenzy here at SHN this week, covering events starting on Wednesday and now through Saturday. Been a fun time and really enjoyable to be out here covering Gridiron Glory alumni football. Here on 2nd down and 10, Velika in shotgun, a direct snap. Velika is going to pass over to DeArmond. And this time DeArmond dropped back for no gain on the play. A great tackle there by Ja'Cory McQueen. And maybe they'll give him 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9. I wanted to mention again Ronnie Hughes on the PA tonight. Appreciate the fine work that he does here in the Southeast Texas area, and also on the time clock tonight, Jacoby Mitchell. So we appreciate Jacoby stepping up here tonight and helping out as well. Takes a lot of folks to make these games possible. It's not just the plays on the field, but a lot of work goes in behind the scenes. George Cox doing a great job getting everything organized and rolling. Be 3rd down and 9 here, and a pass over. And Keon Blackman is going to be dropped in the backfield, trying to do a little hook and ladder play, and Blackman is going to be stopped for a big loss in the backfield. And now a little personal foul flag more than likely flies here. We'll see what the call is. A little scuffle and bustle out there on the field. Well, regardless, pending the penalty, it's going to be 4th down and long. And if this is against the Hawks, it's going to be 4th down and forever. He was brought down near the 50-yard line. Wow. That's going to be a penalty against the Jasper Bulldogs, and it's going to give Hardin-Jefferson, if I'm not mistaken, a 1st down. An unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Jasper gives life. And it will be short of the 1st down marker after the yardage is added on. So it'll be 4th down and about 4 here. No, I guess it is 1st down. I beg your pardon, the chains weren't moving. Now they're moving. So it is a 1st down here, the ball just inside the 35-yard line. Velika under center. 2 receivers tied up top to the left. The pitch out on the sweep. Coming around to the near side, it's O'Shea Kennebrew. And Kennebrew still on his feet, dodging defenders. And Kennebrew finally being brought down. And a lot of camaraderie out there on the field. It's good to see that. A nice tackle out there by Jasper. It was Derek Bean. And Kennebrew giving him a slap on the helmet after the play. A tough-fought gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and long. 3:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. And again, the Bulldogs leading Hardin-Jefferson 14-6. The ball now resting on the 30-yard line on the near side hash mark. Breaking out of the huddle, the Hawks, Velika, trying to lead his team into the end zone here. Scanning the play, looking on his right arm. Again, playing with those fractured ribs tonight. All empty in the backfield, trip stacked up, passes over into the flat. And, boy, the whistle blows right away. They didn't want to see anything happen out there, and that pass goes to number 10. It was Steve Bell. And they will just mark him down as soon as he caught it. It'll be 3rd down and 11. A loss of a couple on the play.
Bring up 3rd and 11 for the Hawks. Still struggling. The run game, 12 rushes, 13 yards.
So you just heard, may have been able to hear over the PA there, Ronnie saying 12 rushes for 13 yards only for Hardin-Jefferson tonight. Velika in shotgun. He has Keon Blackman as his back offset to the right. High snap. Looking, scanning, passing, has his man up. And we'll see if DeArmond had it using that 40-inch vertical, and it is a completed pass to Chris DeArmond. Wow. The clock does run here, and he will be short of that 1st down. It'll be 4th down and about 2. The ball at the 25-yard line. Man, DeArmond, you can just throw that ball up there, and he is going to haul it down. That 40-inch vertical, they've got to really exploit that and use that more. I wouldn't say exploit, I would say take advantage of it. 4th down and 2, Velika trying to keep the drive alive. He's going to be under center here, 2 backs behind him in an I formation. And he's going to hand off to his back, trying to find his way forward, and it will be enough for a Hardin-Jefferson 1st down. A nice run right there. I believe it was O'Shea Kennebrew with the 1st down. So finally, the Hawks able to do something on the ground game, and at no better time than this on a 4th down and a short 2, it was Kennebrew.
Minute 20 counting here. First and 10 for the Hawks, down 14-6.
So the Hawks just outside of the red zone, the ball standing. A high snap over to Velika. Velika looking, throwing into the corner, up, and it is caught! Christy Armand with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Again, taking advantage of that 40-inch vertical. Velika up into the air, and DeArmond hauls it down in that outside corner. And folks, this is turning into a ball game now as JoJo Velika and the Hawks are only down by 2, 14-12.
And that catch puts Chris DeArmond over 100 yards, 104 receiving, 6 receptions, 2 touchdowns.
Two-point conversion up and coming here for the Hawks. So, man, they got an opportunity to tie this ball game on a drive that started for Hardin-Jefferson on their own 48-yard line, able to drive it down 52 yards. It was a 21-yard touchdown pass to Chris DeArmond. And, man, just talking about that a while ago, they've got to take advantage of his height out there, 6'5", a 40-inch vertical, and that they do, and this gives them an opportunity here if they can convert the 2-point attempt. It'll be a tie ball game at 14 apiece. 14-12 the score.
And the Hawks will attempt the 2-point conversion with Velika under center.
Velika under center here, 2 backs behind him. He's going to hand off to the back. Trying to dive his way in, and he's going to be stopped. The 2-point conversion by Kennebrew is no good. And that is 2 failed 2-point attempts tonight for the Hawks, and that one is going to hurt them because that will leave a 2-point lead for Jasper, 14-12, with 1:05 to go in the third quarter.
2 touchdown receptions over Chris DeArmond. Before the game, DeArmond promised the starter picnics down at the beginning, but he scored 2 touchdowns.
Velika heading back to the sidelines with his team and just leading them down the field 52 yards for that scoring drive.
And it'll be Chris Johnson to kick off for the Hawks.
So Chris Johnson wearing the number 55 set to kick off for the Hawks. Dominic McGee out there, as well as number 3, Kendall Veach. Number 21 for the Hawks, Damon Young. Number 13, Judas Bertrand. Trying to call everyone tonight if we can. Number 4, Tim Mitchell, who I might add is the brother of Jacoby Mitchell up here running the clock for us. The kick from left to right. Toe to leather. This one's going to ground. And you got to wonder there if they were trying to go for some sort of an onside kick. However, it is fielded by the Bulldogs, number 52 falling on the ball. That was Damari Lynch. A good field position here for the Bulldogs with 1:05 to go in the third quarter. They're holding on to that 2-point lead, 14-12. Remember, the Bulldogs have not lost a game, 5-0. The last 5 games for the Hawks, they are 4-1. The only loss coming in that championship game versus Georgetown. The 7th possession of the night here for the Jasper Bulldogs. And they'll start this drive on their own 46. Ja'Cory McQueen hands off to his back, slips this time, and maybe a gain of 1 on the play there as he slipped. It was Kendrick Fowler, and Fowler not able to find his footing. I talked to JoJo before this game, and he said he came out to this field last night, kind of examined the grass, and he said that this grass out here is very soft. He said you almost fall into it. It just sinks into the grass, and from up here looking at it, you can see that. Just looking at the shoes, the cleats that the players are wearing, pretty deep grass here. That'll slow you down a little bit, but tonight, causing a slip there as Fowler couldn't find his footing. You know, Velika admitted his team, not a very fast team, but a very powerful team up front on the line. And he said the grass shouldn't be a factor for him tonight. Second down and long, the last play of the third quarter. The pass over into the flats. And he will have his man on the outside still running. Trying to break a defender, and he will be down at the 35-yard line. The gold helmet coming through again. It was number 24, Cedric McGill. And McGill will give them a first down as time expires here in the third quarter. Well, keep it right here, folks. We've got an exciting fourth quarter finish coming your way. The Bulldogs driving. It'll be first down when Gridiron Glory Alumni Football presented by SHN Sports continues after this. This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com. Welcome back to Gridiron Glory Alumni Football here on SHN Sports, just underway in the fourth quarter. It'll be first down and 10 as side switch here. Now the Bulldogs going from left to right. McQueen is going to hand off to his back, dancing around on the outside, trying to find room back inside, still on his feet. Breaking through defenders, and flags fly there at the end of the play. A nice run. We'll see what the flags are. But it was a nice run there on first down by Terrence Kunze. And Cooney on the run there, waiting to see what this penalty flag is. The officials talking things over. Looks like maybe something against Hardin-Jefferson. Personal foul against Hardin-Jefferson. And that will move the Bulldogs up. And so that's going to bring the ball into the red zone around the 14-yard line. So, man, a tough penalty there for Hardin-Jefferson, as that's going to cost them dearly. And the Bulldogs going to try to take advantage of it here. First down and goal. I mean, beg your pardon, I think it's first down and 10. They can still get a first down near the goal line. McQueen. One back to either side, one receiver to either side. Low snap, hands off to his man. And trying to power his way inside. The handoff goes to number 44, Kendrick Fowler. But Fowler going to gain a few on the play. It'll be second down and long.
Second and about 8 for the Bulldogs. Last trip inside the red zone resulted in a 1-yard touchdown run by Cooney. And this will be
Hadnot trying to power his way inside on second down, and he'll be stopped again by that stingy Hardin-Jefferson defense. The line up front, a big line. He'll get 2. It'll be third and about 4. McQueen in shotgun, looking to pass, going over, and that one just hits the ground, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and about 4. Again, with 10:02 to go in the final quarter of play, the Bulldogs lead 14-12. However, deep in the red zone, trying to score here. Now they call for the clock to run. And McQueen and the Jasper Bulldogs trying to punch this one in here. One receiver down low, 2 up top. The handoff is coming, trying to dance around the inside. It was number 32, and I believe he's going to be stopped. Hardin-Jefferson defense coming up huge, stopping him. So Terrence Cooney not able to get the first down on that play, and a great defensive stop by Hardin-Jefferson. Kendall Veach and company coming off the field after a great defensive stand. Ken Granger out there as well. And, of course, number 74, Zane Connor tonight. Big number 7-0, Jason out there. Don't chase the Jace, man. He will run you over. The 7th possession for Hardin-Jefferson, their last possession moments ago. Driving the ball down 52 yards. It was capped off by a 21-yard touchdown pass to Chris DeArmond. This time, Hardin-Jefferson will have the ball deep in their own territory. Let's call it the 4-yard line. The carry there by Hardin-Jefferson. They say there's a fumble on the field, and at least the Jasper players do. They want the ball. As number 8 holding it above his head, it was Derek Bean. And the officials, no indication that there was a fumble. They'll call him down by contact. The ball at the 5-yard line. Second down and 10 here for Hardin-Jefferson. Again, that ball resting on the 5-yard line. I said moments ago it was the 4. It's actually the 5 is where they're starting this possession.
And it is 2nd and 10.
Velika in shotgun, standing at the goal line, scanning the field. Now looking, passing. Over to the right side, up, it's intercepted. And number 1 trying to bring it back on the inside, dancing through defenders and players. And again, I said earlier, don't count out Had Not. And Had Not comes up with a huge interception and gives the ball back, Velika does, to the Bulldogs. There is a flag, though, back at the goal line. Velika just picks it up. This may come back. We're waiting to see the call here. This interception may come back. And it would be a big break. So with 8:56 to go in the ball game, the officials talking this one over. And it appears that it will be a penalty. It's a personal foul against Jasper. Man, so the interception does not count. And it will be Hardin-Jefferson ball, and that'll be an automatic first down, and that'll move the chain. So, man, a big break there for Hardin-Jefferson, a tough break for Jasper, as Hardin-Jefferson was pinned down on their own 5-yard line. Velika throws the interception, but they call a personal foul against Jasper, and that will move the ball all the way up to the 20-yard line.
That big penalty will negate the interception by Hadnot. Jasper was called timeout.
A timeout called by Jasper. First timeout of the second half by either team. First timeout, of course, by Jasper here in the second half. We'll keep things right here. 8:56 to go in the ball game. Hardin-Jefferson their drive kept alive by a penalty here. A personal foul was called against Jasper. And Velika and the Hawks down by 2, 14-12. Well, once again, if your team would like to get back out on the gridiron, if you'd like to get on the gridiron, be sure to check out gridironglory.com. George Cox and staff will get you set up with the team. If you don't have a team, don't worry. If you're the only one you think in your town that wants to play alumni football, don't worry. Just go to gridironglory.com. All you have to do is be interested in football, be able to get out there and, play. You don't have to be a superstar to get out there. This league is for, this Gridiron Glory is for guys who just want to get out there and play on the gridiron again, relive the glory days. The only requirement, again, is you just have to be out of high school. So even if you're just interested in playing, you're not sure, go to gridironglory.com, fill it out. First down and 10 for Velika. Going to throw this one over to the near side, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Bell. He's chased out of bounds by 2 Bulldogs. It was number 24 and 88. Of course, we know 24 out there as Cedric McGill. The 88, again, we apologize. We don't have his number as he came into the game late. We don't have his name. Of course, we got his number. It's on his jersey. We just don't have his name. Let's bring up second down and 10 here for the Hawks. Only took a few seconds off the clock. 8:51 to go in the ball game. Again, the score 14-12 in favor of Jasper. Velika in shotgun. Has a back off set. Velika's going to roll to the right. And Velika dodges one defender, still on his feet. JoJo trying to make something out of no-no, and he gets it back close to the original line of scrimmage. And, man, he has got to be careful out there running around crazy man like that. Man, Velika is just a contender, an athlete. And he's able to get that ball close to the original line of scrimmage. They're going to count that as a sack as he was 1 yard behind.
And the men in stripes will actually have a 1 yard loss, so that'll be sacked by the Bulldogs.
Third down and a long 11 here for JoJo Velika and the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks.
And taking down 8 minutes remaining in the game. Hawks trail by 2, 14-12.
You just heard over the PA, the game now under 8 minutes to go. Third down and long for Velika and the Hawks here. High snap, scanning the field, looking. JoJo being chased. JoJo, he trips, and he will be down. JoJo frustrated on that play, throwing the ball. And, man, he's just trying to fight out there and unfortunately gets tripped up on that grass that he talked about. Misses his step, and it'll be fourth down and long. And here, pinned back this deep, they have no other option than to punt this football away. Hope their defense can hold on and give the offense another chance. But time ticking, 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Set back to receive for Jasper is number 1, DeRoderick Hadnot.
Very long. The first down marker is actually over there in Newton County.
Feels great up here in the press box, but folks down there may be a little cold. Blankets are out. The kick is on its way. Hadnot set to receive, has it around the 50. Hadnot on the inside. Hadnot still on his feet, and Hadnot will be dancing around and finally plowed down. And a big hit right there again by number 11. It's Terry Veach, and there is a flag on the play resting around the 40-yard line. There's actually a couple of flags laying down here on the ground. One around the 50, one around the 40. The penalty here looks like it will be against the Bulldogs. And so after that punt sailed to around the 45 or so, brought into Hawk territory, instead they will have it back in their own territory now at the 42-yard line. Talking about the Jasper Bulldogs, of course. This is where they'll have the ball, as you can see on the video screen. 6:29 to go in the ball game. The Bulldogs have not had much of a running game here. You know, you would think that in this situation you would try to run it and run out the clock, or run down the clock as much as possible. But they can't really count on getting a first down here in this game on the ground. On their own 42. McQueen, a back to either side. Two receivers up top, one down on the near side. Low snap. McQueen going to hand off to his back. Fowler trying to come around, and another big tackle. Wow. Wrapped him up. That was a beautiful tackle on the play by number 87. Just a hard tackle by Skylar Connor. Man, the Connor brothers are putting on a whooping tonight. So give them a couple. It'll be second down and long here for the Jasper Bulldogs. Second down and a long 8 on the near side. One receiver down. It's Trayron Bean. Two receivers up top, and McQueen has two backs to either side of him. He'll be in shotgun. Roderick Hadnot out there, two receivers up top to the left. He's one of them. Low snap. Hadnot looking, or beg your pardon, McQueen looking, and just throws that one at the ground to Hadnot. And all that's going to do is run a second or two off the clock, and that'll keeps time on the clock as the Hawk defense trying to hold here on third down and long. If they can hold, they'll have a chance at getting this ball back again, down by 2, 14-12. 6:18 to go in the ball game.
Third down and 8 for the Bulldogs.
An upcoming third down and 8 here for the Bulldogs. Donovan Middleton, the back offset to the right, and the back offset to the left of McQueen. Of course, number 44, Kendrick Fowler. Two receivers up top. Another low snap. This one goes to Middleton, and Middleton dancing his way around on the outside, finally has room to run, and Middleton will get the first down.
About a 10-yard gain.
So the running game tonight continues for the Bulldogs, and the time is running here with 6 minutes to go. I think I made a mistake a while ago talking about the Bulldogs and their run game. Their run game has been working. It's their pass game that has not been working. It's been a flip-flop of stats here as far as the running and the passing. So again, the run game is highly in favor of the Bulldogs tonight. First down and 10 for McQueen. In shotgun, low snap, hands off to Middleton. Or no, it's not Middleton. He's finally brought down. It's number 32. And that was Terrence Cooney. Cooney dropped back for a big loss on the play.
Brought the Bulldogs back, it looks like 6 yards.
So, man, that's going to bring up second down and very long here. It's about looks like second down and 17. And, of course, the Bulldogs in no rush here as the clock at 4:54 and counting, holding on to that 2-point lead. Remember, Jasper undefeated 5-0 the last 5 games for the Hawks, 4-1.
Second and about 17.
McQueen in shotgun. The snap, he's going to roll onto the inside on the keeper, and he will be plowed from behind again by one of the Connor brothers. This time it was number 74, Zane Connor. Third down and long. The clock running, 4:23 to go.
Third and long.
So the defense here trying to get one more stop and trying to give that offense an opportunity. It may come down to Velika as he's on the sidelines talking things over with his teammates. He knows that he should have an opportunity here as long as the defense can hold.
Last third down, Bulldogs were able to convert.
Velika scanning plays over there, trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do. And again, the Bulldogs taking their sweet time. You got to wonder here if the Hawks are going to eventually just call a timeout. But no, they decided to let the clock run, 3:50 to go. I mean, man, this play is taking a lot of time off the clock. 3:38, and the officials finally say no, and it's going to be a delay of game. No, a timeout by the Bulldogs. I mean, if we had a play clock or a game clock, I guess a play clock, that definitely would have been a delay of game. So I guess you're allowed to run 50 seconds off the clock and then call timeout.
Bulldogs with 133 yards rushing.
Ronnie just stating 133 yards on the ground for the Bulldogs. That has been their game tonight.
Hardin-Jefferson 127 yards through the air. Velika 9 of 16 passing with 2 touchdowns. It's 16 carries for 8 yards rushing for the Hawks. 3rd and 17 for the Bulldogs.
So it will be 3rd down and 17 here for the Bulldogs as things are starting to get chilly up here in the press box. 3:38 to go in the ball game. Huge defensive stand here upcoming if the Hawks can hold. Low snap. McQueen fumbling around on the snap. He's being chased. McQueen has it and incomplete. He almost was able to make something out of nothing. An incomplete pass there to Cedric McGill, and that will stop the clock with 3:32 to go.
Mr. MVP Chris Johnson applying the pressure.
Chris Johnson on the pressure there and able to throw McQueen off. McQueen, though, almost able to make something out of nothing as he had an opportunity, and he had his intended receiver right at the first down marker. That would have pretty much been close to ball game. However, incomplete pass, great defensive pressure once again. Looking for the highlight tonight for the Hawks, if you want to call it. The defense has played outstanding in this ball game. They've allowed 14 points, but they have played well. 4th down, and Jasper will go for it. McQueen in shotgun. At least they line up. Now they appear to line up that they're going to punt it here. Low snap, and McQueen gets it off. Another punt that is not going to go very far. It takes a bounce in their favor, but not by much. And it will be down at the 41-yard line.
Hawks will take over 1st and 10 at the 41.
So here's the scenario. The Hawks down by 2. Jasper leading 14-12, 3:28 on the clock. Going back to the last 3 possessions for Hardin-Jefferson.
Hawk offense 1st and 10.
A 21-yard pass, and then they had to punt, and here we are on this 3rd possession. So, again, Hardin-Jefferson starting out on this possession on their own 41. False start, but they don't call it. Velika is going to hand out on the end around. It goes back over to his man on the outside. Still has room to run. Going to be enough for a 1st down, and will he be brought down out of bounds? Keon Blackman gets about 14 on that carry. And I believe he was brought down out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 3:17.
That'll be the longest run play of the night for the Hawks.
So into Jasper territory now. The Bulldogs trying to hold here. The ball resting at the 46-yard line. On the far side, hash mark. Velika and company. Velika and shotgun. Empty backfield here for Velika. He has trips Down to the left. One receiver all alone up top. Velika scanning. Velika looking. Velika passing. Up and no good. The intended receiver out there was number 9 for Hardin-Jefferson. It was Brandon D. McConaughey. Brandon D. Domenico. Thank you. A little tongue twister up here tonight. So Domenico on the incomplete pass. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Hardin-Jefferson. 3:12 to go. The clock is stopped. Down by 2. They can get down and score. They'll take the lead by 4 and potentially more. But they've still got to get it down there. The ball resting at the 46-yard line again on that far side hash mark. 2nd down and 10. Velika this time under center, has a back behind him. I believe it's Keon Blackman. And he goes to Blackman, and Blackman is going to be stopped in the backfield. A 5-yard loss on the play, maybe actually 4-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and long, just under 3 minutes. I think with the effectiveness tonight of the pass game, that Velika and company should stick with it here. And you got to wonder here, they need to put that ball up to Chris DeArmond. DeArmond tonight has simply been on fire as the receiver for Hardin-Jefferson. However, the past 2 plays, not in his direction. DeArmond's going to line up here on the near side. JoJo in shotgun. 1 back to either side, 2 receivers up top on the right. The snap to JoJo, scanning the field, looking, passing over to that right side, has his man. And he will be stopped short of the 1st down. A great pass by Velika. However, he'll be about 3 yards short. It'll be 4th down and short for the Hawks upcoming. Coming off the field there for Hardin-Jefferson, number 33, Michael Aldridge. And a timeout on the field called by the Hawks with 2 minutes to go. We'll keep things right here. The situation again, the Hawks down by 2. This is pretty much the ball game here on 4th down and 2, maybe 2.5, as Jasper Bulldogs lead this contest 14-12. So this is pretty much going to be the ball game here. The Hawks trying to put a dent in that perfect record of the Jasper Bulldogs alumni. Once again, 5-0 their last 5 games. Well, undefeated here in alumni play. The Hawks have played a lot of games, over 20, as this team together. However, their last 5, 4-1. Here's the ball game, folks, as Velika under center, 2 backs behind him. And there's movement in the front, and we'll see if it's encroachment or if it's a false start. And from up here, it looked like Jasper touched him. It may be encroachment, waiting to see the call. And wow, a huge mistake by Jasper as they cross the line. Neutral zone infraction, and that will give the Hawks a 1st down. Unbelievable. Good hard count there by JoJo. The offensive line stood still, and it drew off the Jasper Bulldogs. And so on a 4th down and 2, after a penalty, the Hawks get a 1st down. JoJo all alone. 4 receivers to the left. Here on the inside, 1 up top. JoJo looking, scanning. He's going to pass. Has his man. And it is incomplete. The intended receiver on the play for the Hawks. He was trying to cut across the center part of the field, and I believe it was Kennebrew, and O'Shea not able to come up with it there. No, it was Keon Blackman, I beg your pardon. So Keon not able to come up with that one. Incomplete pass, it'll be 2nd down and 10. 1:57, only 3 seconds going off the clock on this one. And that ball resting again at the 30, looks like the 34-yard line. Hardin-Jefferson breaks huddle. In the back, O'Shea Kennebrew to the right side of Velika. However, I would expect a pass here. Blackman on the right side. High snap, fake handoff, Velika rolling on the end around. Back to Blackman. Keon coming on the inside, spinning around, dodging defenders, and he will be stopped for a loss of 2 on the play. And the Hawks call timeout. 1:45 to go in the ball game. It'll be 3rd down and long for Hardin-Jefferson here.
Timeout for the Hawks. 1:45 remains in the game. Hawks trail by 2, 14-12.
So once again, you got to wonder why they're getting out of their niche tonight, which has been the passing game. Instead, running here a few times, in my opinion, costing them a little bit of time, but more importantly, yardage as they're going backwards in the running game. I mean, you've got to get this ball up into the hands of Chris DeArmond. He has been the playmaker tonight. However, that ball has not went in his direction at all the past several plays. Velika in shotgun, going to be an empty backfield here. He has Terry Veach as receiver down on the near side. And receiver stacked up on the right side. Chris DeArmond is back there. And now DeArmond in motion coming over to the left side. Look for the ball to go into his hands here. Velika looking, scanning, passing. He goes into the hands, into the air of DeArmond. DeArmond up and incomplete. Great coverage on the play as he was looking in that direction. Kendrick Fowler coming up. No, it wasn't Kendrick Fowler, beg your pardon. It was number 24. That's Cedric McGill. So McGill and number 88 on great coverage there. It'll be 4th down and long. You know, he finally goes into the direction of DeArmond. Great coverage on the play. Chris that time, just excellent protection against him. But I still think that's really the wise choice here, as DeArmond has came up huge for the Hawks several times tonight.
And it'll be 4th and about 12.
4th and 12. This is the ball game. 1:39 to go. Down by 2. The Hawks have to score or get the first down. They got 12 yards to do it. Velika, low snap, scanning the field, rolling, right side, throws it up. That's going to be pass interference. And wow, no flag on the play as he got knocked to the side. Unbelievable no call as number 10 out there for Hardin-Jefferson got cut off on his route. It was Steve Bell, and Bell got pushed back. Wow, no call on the play as Steve Bell literally got pushed to the side. And in my opinion, a missed call there, a pass interference call missed. And, you know, man, Ronnie's calling it how it is. He's not afraid. I mean, you know, not to criticize, but it doesn't get any more blatant than that. I mean, he got pushed. You had 3 eyes on him and no call. I guess maybe they said the ball wasn't catchable, but, I mean, he stopped him in the route. And that'll be a turnover on downs. .133 to go in the ball game. The ball on the 36-yard line here for Jasper. Low snap, the handoff to the back, dancing around, finding a hole, still on his feet, spinning. And still there, the officials finally blow the whistle. Tonight, the powerhouse running continues for Middleton. Coming onto the field now for Hardin-Jefferson, number 71, Lee McNair. And actually, McNair coming back off here. Number 94, it's Blake Yarborough onto the field now. .43 also coming off the field. That is Mitchell Henson. .118 to go in the ball game. Jasper leading by 2, 14-12. And the Bulldogs call time here. 1:18 to go in the ball game. Second down and about 5 here for Jasper. McQueen in shotgun, low snap, hands off. His back still powering his way down, and man, every time he touches the ball, those backs back there able to get positive yardage. This time, number 32, it was Terrence Cooney. The clock running here at 1 minute and ticking. 14-12 the score. And the defense can only sit here and wait. They're going to have to try to get a stop here. I'm not sure if they have any. I believe Hardin-Jefferson has some timeouts left. I may be wrong. But I can only count one that they've called. 43 seconds, third down and short. Big third down here. If Hardin-Jefferson has any chance, they've got to stop. McQueen this time under center. Look for the keeper. McQueen, he is going to keep it. He dives forward, and he will have enough for a first down. And that should do it. 22 seconds on the clock, and now a little extracurricular here at the end of this one. Frustration's flying, and I understand why. And a well-played game up until that point. And folks, that'll do it at the end of this one. Jasper holding on. A 2-point victory here tonight from Legacy Christian Academy, the home of the Warriors at Warrior Field. 14-12 your final score. Jasper improves to 6-0, perfect in Gridiron Glory Alumni football. And the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks fall again. Jasper has become their nemesis. And we will be back with some final yardage and stats and more. You've been watching Gridiron Glory Alumni football presented by SHN Sports. We continue post-game after this. This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com. Welcome back here to Gridiron Glory Alumni Football presented by SHN Sports. The offensive player of the game just announced, number 22 for the Jasper Bulldogs. It was Donovan Middleton. And just real quickly here before we sign off on this one tonight, I just wanted to go over some final stats here for everyone out there that had watched this one. It ended up being a great game. A questionable call, no doubt there at the end. It was contact after 5 yards, but no call there on that, and that's the way it goes sometimes. So. But otherwise, a very well-played game. Looking at Hardin-Jefferson, tonight just was not their night on the ground. 19 carries for less than a yard a carry. They ended up with 19 carries for only 16 yards. But on the receiving end, it was the passing tonight. And give it to Chris Darman, 6 receptions for 104 yards, and Bell, 4 receptions for 33 yards. A final night here, 10 total receptions for 137. JoJo Velika, no interceptions tonight. There was one, but it was called back on a penalty. And JoJo finished up 9 for 19, of course, with that 127. So not a bad night there for, or 137, I beg your pardon. So not a bad night there for JoJo on the offensive end as far as his passing game goes. And again, Hardin-Jefferson tonight just unfortunately could not find much of anything on that ground game. And, you know, we've seen it in the past where they can run, but JoJo tonight airing it out, trying to keep his team in this one. As far as Jasper, it was a flip-flop here. The passing game, we'll start with that. The passing game for Jasper, only 5 receptions for 51 yards. McQueen finished up 5 for 12, again with 51 yards. But it was that rushing game, 37 yards. 37 attempts, I beg your pardon, for 142 yards. And it was Donovan Middleton had a big 30-yard run. He had 59 on the game. Ja'Cory McQueen, the quarterback, several keepers tonight, netted him 28 yards. Kendrick Fowler had 19. And also it was Cooney with 31. So those are your playmakers. Again, 142 on the ground. So again, a tough night tonight for Hardin-Jefferson, but give Jasper credit. Again, they improved to 6-0 in play. And, man, I didn't even realize George Cox was actually suited up out there tonight, too, the owner of Gridiron Glory Alumni Football. Well, we'll catch you next time. We've got some games up and coming. We should be in the El Paso area in a few weeks. Looking forward to that one. Again, if you want to get back on the gridiron, be sure to check out gridironglory.com. Again, if you have a team or not, all you've got to do is just fill out your name, and Gridiron Glory will help you do the rest. A special thanks, as always, to our good friend, Mr. George Cox, Joel, and his wonderful staff. They do such great jobs out here throughout the state of Texas. Again, a big shout-out tonight to Ronnie Hughes for providing stats, and also the public address announcer tonight doing a wonderful job, and as well as Jacoby Mitchell running the clock for us up here in the booth. Couldn't do it without these guys. Again, your final score tonight here on Gridiron Glory Alumni Football presented by SHN Sports. The Jasper Bulldogs victorious by 2, 14-12 over the Hardin-Jefferson Hawks. We'll catch you next time. Until then, God bless you and have a wonderful week ahead. This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.